Okay friends, here is first poem from our syllabus. That is the Song of the Open Road. The poem, it is written by Walt Whitman. Today we shall see the paraphrase of the poem. Before going to read this poem, we shall see some information about the poem and the poet Mr. Walt Whitman. Song of the Open Road is a beautiful poem written by the American poet Walt Whitman. It is taken from the collection that is Leaves of Grass. It is a collection of Walt Whitman and the poem is taken from Leaves of Grass. The poem is a mixture of awareness, free will and tenderness of the heart. The road referred to in the poem has both literal and figurative meanings. In figurative sense, it refers to the journey of life. The poet uses the road as a metaphorical space of freedom, we can say, where people from different community come together. The road signifies mobility and call of adventures. The poem is written in free verse and the simple poetic devices such as alliteration, repetition, metaphor, antithesis, paradox, etc. are used to convey the message. Now something about the poem. The section of the poem is separated into 4 free verse stanzas. Means the poem is free verse. And the section are divided into 4 free verse stanzas. The first stanza contains 3 lines and the other remaining 3 stanzas contain 4 lines each. The poem is in the voice of poet, ready to start on a journey. Why I told this information? It is because when we write down the poetic appreciation, definitely the information, it will be helpful to you. Now we shall read the poem and we shall come across the theme of the poem by reading each stanza. Now the first stanza is here: afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. As I told that the first stanza contains 3 lines. And now let us see what does the poet say. The poet is about to start on a trip. He is about to start on a journey. And his journey is on a foot. He used the word phrase light-hearted, means the poet is open to all, free to all, and prepared to face the problem, each and every problem that he may come across on the journey. The road presents him with a endless opportunities, and he can choose to go wherever he pleases. Wherever he pleases. Here the journey is metaphorical for the journey of life. Metaphorical means here we can say symbolical with the for the journey of life. Means in this first stanza we shall see here, we may say the poet is ready to go on a trip and he can go wherever he pleases. Now the second stanza, which contains 4 lines, here we shall see, henceforth I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. Done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticisms. Strong and content I travel the open road. In this second stanza, we find that the poet he continues the thoughts which are expressed in first stanza. Here the speaker says that he does not feel good luck must favor him. Means he does not depend on the luck. He will work hard and make his dream come true. He believes that he is the maker of his own luck. He will never cry or hesitate to do what he wants because he does not need anything. He will stop finding excuses or postponing. And he used the most powerful word here, that is, he is not satisfied with the safe and monotonous routine. Means just he wanted to take risk in his life. He is strong and happy to be on the open road. This we can see here how the poet he prepared himself physically as well as mentally on the journey of life. Now the third stanza, strong and content I travel the open road. It is the ending line of the second stanza. Now third stanza, it starts from the earth that is sufficient. I do not want the constellations any nearer. Constellations means here the powerful people. Powerful people. Again I will repeat the same line. I do not want the constellations any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to me. Means in this third stanza, the poet says that the earth is enough to provide for his needs. He does not need destiny to help him. Destiny, fate we can say, Nashib Jalamunapa. He does not need destiny to help him. He is sure he can manage his life's journey. This shows his confidence that he is sure to manage his life journey. He says, the poet, he says, he does not require constellations. Does not require constellations means does not require powerful people to help him to progress. Means he does not want any kind of help from the powerful people to success or to complete the journey of life. And the last stanza, which is slightly different from the first three one, we shall see here. Still here I carry my old delicious burdens. I carry them. Men and women, I carry them with me wherever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them and I will fill them in return. Now, what is the meaning of fourth stanza? Just we shall see here. Fourth means the last stanza of the poem. In the last stanza, it is just a slightly different, distinct from the rest of the poem, because the poet has used here bathosis, means here you can say the punctuation marks. And in this stanza he says that he carries old burdens. These may be means burdens is the word used by the poet. And what are the burdens? Just we can say these burdens may be attachment and relationships. Attachment to his nearest and dearest person. Means the burden means here the attachment and relationships or sweet memories of the past. He calls them delicious burden. Means the poet has used this, we may say the paradoxical line here. Delicious burdens. Why he used the term, just we shall see here. He calls them delicious burden because they are wonderful. Wonderful. They can stop him from going on the journey. They can stop him from going on the journey. He cannot get rid of them. So he will carry them with him. In this way, we shall see here, we will say how the poet just he determined to complete the journey of life on his own accord. We shall see here, we may say the poet's confidence, his physical and mental preparation for the journey of life. As we came across the theme of poem, we must concentrate on the various poetic devices as I just we may say mentioned in the introduction of the poem. That is alliteration, paradox, inversion, metaphor. All these are narrative, the figures of speech used by the poet here in this poem. But friends, I know very well that it is not easy to tell here, or we can say the satisfy you. So that I will send you another video which will completely express or clarify the idea about the figures of speech in your mind. Okay, thank you. Thanks.